Welcome back programmers. In the previous video we created this chat room. Now I copied this HTML content simple chat room from the code pen. Now link is in the description. Now this isn't just HTML code, this is an actual chat bot. You can actually talk with this bot. So let's try. Hi. Sorry if my answers are not relevant. I know it's kind of stupid, but it's brilliant whoever made this. This is purely made in JavaScript. So let's try that again. How are you? Okay, it's only giving this answer. Okay, now it replied, hi, how are you? Okay, so what we are gonna do, we just need this HTML content. We don't need this bot. So I'm gonna go in my room.html and remove this HTML content. So I'm gonna just remove the script and I'm gonna go in this section. First of all, I'm gonna remove this simple chat and replace it with my room name, room ID. So in here I'm gonna write room colon and room ID. So there are two chats available. So first of all, I'm going to remove one chat. Let's remove this chat. So I'm gonna remove this div, or I'm gonna let's comment this div. Okay, and then I'm gonna remove this bot and I'm gonna replace this bot with the username obviously. So as you can see, this is our chat. So I removed the other stuff which I don't needed. Now as you can see, room equal to none we got, but why? Because we are passing the post request, we have to send the data in the chat room. So let's try this again. Now if you don't want to do this, you can directly create a login section so user can directly log in and chat. But if you do this, let's try 1 and login. So as you can see, I got room equal to 1 and here I got the login. But if you do this and reload the server, as you can see, we got none again because the data is gone when you reload this page. Because we are sending data from here, so it will be only come once when you enter in the room. So to avoid this, you can directly create a login section and save the credential info. But we are gonna do this simple way. Okay, so as you can see, now that we created this, we are in the room 1. So again, I am telling you that whenever user write any message, first it will go in the channels, or you can say socket, and then it will send with all of the user which is logged into that particular room. Okay, so now that we have set up our project and now that we created the front end part, the next thing what we are gonna do, we are gonna set up our WebSockets. So welcome back programmers. In the today's section we are going to set up the WebSocket and we will create this URL to create a connection between the WebSocket and the user. So if you remember, we created the ASCII.py and stored all of this content in the ASCII.py, and as you can see, just HTTP for now. We can add other protocol later. So we have to add another protocol which is nothing but the path of our WebSocket, which is nothing but this URL or domain name /chatroom/room, where we wanna create a WebSocket. Now as usual, you can go on the channels.readthedocs.io. Now in here we have to create an WebSocket. As you can see in the documentation, we have to pass the URL router, which is nothing but the path for or this URL. We call the ASCII class method in order to get an ASCII application that will instantiate an instance of our consumer for each user connection. This is similar to a Django.asView. Now if you know the class-based view, you know asView. Now what is ASCII? The next step is to point the routing configuration at the chat.routing module in our project /ASCII.py. And for that we have to import the auth middleware stack, URL router and the chat.routing. And we have to insert the WebSocket key in the protocol type router. Then we are gonna use this in the URLs. As you can see in the routing.py, we are going to create a WebSocket URL pattern just like this. Now if you don't want to do this, you can directly copy and paste this path and use the path as we use in the URLs directly in here. So we don't have to do all of this stuff. So basically, if you don't wanna create a new routing.py, you can directly create this routing.py, directly add this path, re path in here. Just copy this path and paste it in here. Not directly, I'm gonna show you how. Now why we need this particular path? Because next we are going to create a consumer.py. When Django accepts an HTTP request, it consults the root URL conf to look up a view function and then calls the view function to handle the request. Similarly, when channel accepts a WebSocket connection, it consults the root routing configuration to look up a consumer and then calls various functions on the consumer to handle events from the connection. We will write the basic consumer that accepts WebSocket connection on the path chatroom/room that takes any message it receives on the WebSocket and echoes it back to the same WebSocket. I hope you got the point. So basically, in order to create a WebSocket, first of all we have to create a consumer.py. Now why we need consumer.py file? Remember I told you when a single room can have a multiple user or any multiple user or any single user can have a route, a way, a road to send the signal, send the message and also receive the message. But if user leave the room, the message, the way, the socket routing will be deleted. In other way, if this user is removed from this group, his layer will be also deleted. And if any user, just like this brown, send an message, it will be go on the WebSocket and echoes back to all of the other users, including that particular person too, who sent the message. And for that, we are going to create a 3 main function in the chat consumer, or you can say consumer.py. The first one is connect, the second one is disconnect, and the third one is receive. Now if you know the Django REST framework, this is exactly like serializers. In serializers, you created a model based serializer and you can create a post, get and put method, delete method, and directly create a put, post, get, delete method directly. This is just like that. In here you can directly create a function like connect, disconnect and receive, and you can do any stuff with the data you want. So I hope you understand all of this stuff. So now let's focus on the settings.py where we have to add an layer. So let's go on the ASCII and create the routing configuration. So simply copy this line, go in the WSGI file, you have to import the auth middleware stack and URL router. So just copy the URL router and auth middleware. From channel.auth import auth middleware, and from channel.routing import prototype router and URL router, and import all of this stuff in here. Now instead of this we are gonna add the path because we don't have to create another py file. So copy from django.urls import path and copy this and paste it in import section. Now we are going to add the path of our particular room, and for that we are going to use this path from django.urls import path. In here directly create a list just like you do in here, and in that list just create an path. So we are going to create a WebSocket in here. We are gonna send all of the data in here, so you can just copy the chatroom/room or whatever your URL name is. Now in here we are going to create an variable and we are going to store the room ID in that variable. Now if you don't know how to work with the Sluggify field, so you can check out my any project. So in here just write the integer because we are going to store an integer. Now if you wanna create your room ID character, so what you can do, you can directly write the variable name in here and then column and then room name. In here room name we are going to store that particular room name in here. Now we are going to pass the consumer.py file address in here, so but we didn't created any consumer.py. So let's create a quickly consumer.py in the chatroom app. So just right click on the chatroom app and create a new directory, new Python file which is nothing but the consumers.py. Remember the spelling is CONSUMERS. Then hit enter. In here we are going to create a consumer file. Now if you don't know what is consumer, it is exactly same as the serializers in the Django REST framework. In the documentation, you will find this consumer. This is an synchronous WebSocket consumer that accepts all connection, receives the message from its client and echoes those messages back to the same client. For now, it does not broadcast message to other client in the same room. In here, we are going to create a three main function: connect, disconnect and receive. We are going to create a class. You can name it anything. I'm gonna name it chat consumer, and we are going to inherit this class with the WebSocket consumer. In the connect method, we are going to accept all of the method. It doesn't matter what and whom that method is. In the disconnect, we are going to pass that user for now, and we are going to take the parameter as the close code. In the receive, we are going to take a data and we are going to print that message whatever user wrote and send that message to all of the user. This is as simple as eating burger. But for now, I'm not gonna do anything. Simply I'm going to just create a class named chat consumer in the consumer.py. Okay, so now let's go back into our WSGI. In here we have to pass that consumer.py just like we passed the function. In here we have to pass the consumer.py, but because the consumer.py has the chat consumer as the class, so we have to use .asView. But instead of .asView, we are going to use the .asASCII. As you can see, just like this. So first of all, import the consumer.py from the chat room app. So as you can see, I'm importing all of the stuff from the chat room app.consumers. It means I'm importing all of the stuff from here to here. And now I'm gonna directly use my class, which is nothing but the chat consumer .asASCII. So just simply write chat consumer.asASCII. Now let's see if we got any error. Let's reload the server. As you can see, we didn't got any error. Our server is perfectly working. So that is it for today, guys. In the next video, we are going to create this three method: connect, disconnect and receive, and we are going to work with the WebSocket. So that is it for today, guys. If you don't wanna miss the next part, which is the very important, so hit on the bell icon, subscribe this YouTube channel, share this video, like this video. See you guys in the next video. Till then, just go.